What is up? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Sunday evening little hangout. So, how's everybody doing? Let me see. Ambro. Today's live stream is presented by Ambro Controls, which I'll get into a little bit later. Mini torches. If you guys haven't yet, go check them out. I've been trying to get a video together, or two videos together, but it's just been so hectic with everything going on work wise that it's hard to concentrate on a lot of this extra content that I've been trying to do. What is up, Mike? Calix, what is up? Victor. I'll go through the comments right now. Hopefully everything goes smoothly today. Let me just pull up my YouTube. Hold on. Members. I appreciate all the members that have stuck with us here on the YouTube channel members. Why is it there? Hold on. There we go. We got Gary Carnell, D Tolls, Mark Morales, B1062, Darwin Hooks, True Results HTX, Brian Chevy Runner 88, Rage Metal Freak, Lost But One, Mark Harris, Quenga, and Jimmy Wang. Appreciate all the channel members that we have. And again, how is everybody's weekend? How's everybody's work week looking like? Mine is already getting very hectic, and I'm not looking forward to it. What's up, Nasty? Getting cold. Is it? So I'm in Texas. We got a nice cold front of 75 today as well. Got our first snow. It's thinner than dust. Yeah, ours have been just passing through, and I think it's going to be 80 or 90 this week. It did come through today, and I think it's going to get a little bit lower. I think it's going to go down to 60 something, but then it's going to be like 80 tomorrow. There's cold, and then there's cold. We don't get cold here. Awesome. Eddie booked for Vegas flight and hotel. I can't wait to go out there and just hang out. That's my whole thing. I don't want to do too much. We do have to podcast on my end and also on HVAC nights. That's going to be fun, though, when we do the HVAC nights show, whether it's at the podcast pavilion or at the... there's a couple of booth appearances that we might do, but I'll keep you guys informed because I would want those to be like, if people can come and hang out and participate in HVAC nights, that would be fantastic. I got all my bookings for AHR. Staying at the Horseshoe. First time going. Well, Vegas is a good one to go to. There's plenty of places to go to. Good food, good area. Obviously, gambling, and I don't. I need to double check. I know I booked part of it, or I need to finish booking it. The last time I was there, I think we did the Flamingo, and another time I was there, we did that Virgin Mobile um, hotel that had all the restaurants in it and everything. That one was cool. Is it bad that I'm mainly a hot side tech and haven't touched my furnace in 8 years? High of 42 on Tuesday. Yeah, it's 75. I already got the long sleeves. I'm cold. Um, we don't really get, because I was looking back, we don't really get actual cold and wet weather until after like January. So I can anticipate, I assume we're going to get a warm winter. And I anticipate, that next year where we get our cold weather with the rain and all that kind of stuff. And it gives me time because I need to get, I'm looking to get some jackets. I want to get like something better than the hoodies that we have just because we have more people now. I want to get some stuff that'll last that they can wear in the freezers as well when we do walk-in freezer work and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking into right now. And it's not like we need them right this second. So what is up, D-Tolts? Oh, how's the weekend looking? Uh, Wrapped up another NCI certification this week with my apprentice. I drink their Kool-Aid day and night. Carhartt. I'm barely like looking into them. Flavio Hernandez. I'm gonna be 27 in 3 months, thinking of getting into the HVAC trade. Any tips? Appreciate it, from Phoenix. I think the guys are giving some good. Well, yeah, mechanical. That's true. Um, I think some of the guys already gave you some good advice. So yes, work hard and know what the tech wants before he asks. So we can kind of elaborate on that soon. Any giveaways soon? I just haven't gotten around to it. I do have stuff piling up here. I definitely want to do veto giveaways. I definitely want to do some of the tools that I know I'm not going to use. Now that I have apprentices, they get first dibs, but we are going to do giveaways. I'm trying to build up or start up a Patreon type of deal that gives people more direct access to some of the stuff that you see me review because I'm not going to use it all. Still working out the kinks there, but look out for something with HVAC nights in the next week or two. And then look for something on my channel here and on my social media for December. That's the plan right now. I'm going to do a little bit of a smaller version in November, and then we'll do something really good in December. That's the plan for right now. Where was I? So we can elaborate on some of these things that people are saying in the chat. So work hard and know what the tech wants before he asks. That is just because I don't. So yes, I mean, now that I have helpers and apprentices, I can tell them to do stuff. I can have them run and get me things, and it's helpful when they start to understand the process. So that is what you need to do, is learn everything that you can. You're not going to know a lot of the why. You're not going to know how to do these calls if they go differently. Like if something goes wrong, you still need a senior tech or somebody to kind of help you with those. But if you guys are doing like an open system repair, and you're going to braze or something, you need torches, nitrogen, make sure that he has or make sure the gas is filled up, make sure you have rods, your brazing rods, all that kind of stuff. Like just get familiar with the job that's being done and what you need to do that job. So like I said, brazing. What do we do after brazing? We pressure test. What do we do? We do after pressure test. We vacuum. Get familiar with the vacuum setup. Get familiar with the way to hook up these hoses. Hook up a pressure test. Check a pressure test. What is the procedures that you're, wherever you work at? What do they do? How do they handle that stuff? That's kind of the long version of this comment right here. It's like, yes, know the next step, but also, learn it so you can do it eventually. But as a helper or the new person, you're going to be doing a lot of the what do they call that? The brunt work, like the lifting. You're going to be the muscle. You're going to be the one running to get parts, running to get tools. Get familiar with it. I've had young guys on here, and they are always the ones that have to do that, right? And I've interviewed plenty of guys under 20, around that age range. And it's just funny to me because nowadays you can just search anything. So they were asked to go get a certain tool, and they didn't say anything. They just said okay, and they went to the van, and they didn't know what the hell they were looking for. So they did whatever the technician told them to get. They would just go out and then search it on their phone really quick, and then have like a picture, and then they would look in the van and try to find that tool, and that got them out of a bind. So that is just funny to me that's like the way to go now. But that's also being creative and showing initiative, which is my other part to this kind of advice, is also what we've been talking about right now with hiring people. Is there's this one tech that came over that has done some kind of HVAC work or maintenance before, but he's also like a mechanic and other stuff, off of work. So he's just really good at fixing things and taking things apart. He has that creative side to being a technician, where something doesn't fit, something doesn't work, and you got to get creative and make little modifications or use a different way of doing something. That's helpful too, because that is something that me and my dad noticed. One of our guys is really good and really picking up quickly, but if it doesn't go, like if it doesn't fit or if it doesn't go the way he thought it was going to go, then it's like, I don't know what to do now, and he has to call, right? Versus this other technician, and it doesn't have anything to do with like their experience, because the other one just did maintenance. It's just that's the way he is. He does work on like cars and other stuff, and he's done other kind of work where he's working with his hands, and it's just me and my dad have that creative way of working, thinking outside the box and just making it work. He has that too, and we see it as the owners, the ones in charge. and it's something that we talk about. So those are things that I would say can help you if you're getting started. And we can go through some of the other chats that I saw. Ask questions and never walk back empty-handed. That kind of goes back to what we're talking about, but also the one that I'm talking about that doesn't know anything, that didn't come from any mechanical background whatsoever. The thing that stands out about him is that he's always asking questions. He's always asking why. Why did that happen? Why are we doing it this way? What did that do? How does that work when we're seeing everything when it fails, and he wants to know how is it supposed to work? Like, stuff like that. So that's a good thing also is asking questions, because, and I can tell you from experience, just being being a kid that wanted to check and getting in and out and clocking out. Sometimes you don't ask questions because you just don't want to be responsible or anything like that, right? So asking questions is going to help you as a technician, but it's also it also shows whoever you're working for, like they really want to learn, and they're going to get somewhere pretty quick. So one, like I said, has a little more experience, and he's creative, and that's what we've noticed evaluating, and obviously they're on like this little probation period. And the other one that doesn't know anything is just asking a ton of questions, and he's running his own van now. This one also just reminded me of what my dad had to tell the youngest one that is straight out of high school. Something that he told me, something he always tells the kids, any kids that, as far as like me and my brother, any other kids that have worked for us, keep your hands out of your pockets. Don't just look around and not do something. You always find something to do. So whether that's cleaning up, packing up, getting the next tool, just if you absolutely have nothing to do, look at the unit over again, double check, triple check until the job is done. Like, always be doing something. That's always my dad's thing, and I know I've heard others say that too. Keep your hands out of your pockets and just find something to do. Yeah, Milwaukee heated coats are great. If you need to be in the freezer, seems like a solid justification. I'll look into them. I've never had the need for one. I think I talked to Jake about it too, because he's in Florida, and like, when do we need them? But freezers, right? Valid reason. Yeah, we'll be looking into some stuff. I just want to get some better stuff. Like, I'm also getting. We used to get like the basic hats. I'm trying to get something better because we go through them like crazy. So, every business has just been good, and I've seen. I'm sure some of you guys know Rich in Kitchens, which is Rich from Commercial Kitchen Chronicles, and he's been doing a lot of these questions from his comments and stuff. And one of them was talking about uniform, right? That he mentioned it shouldn't be a benefit, because some companies, like, they milk the hell out of the benefit list. Like, oh, a uniform is a benefit, a vehicle is a benefit, whatever. Supply house account is a benefit. Like, the stupid things that they put on there just to make it like a big list of benefits that you get. But his thing was like, the uniform is on the owner, because you want your guys to look professional. And we've gone back and forth a few times with different uniforms. So I think we finally settled on something we liked, and that is both professional, and that falls on me because I designed them. Like, I want them. But they used to be fun. We used to have on the back where it said, "I'm here because you broke something." It got a laugh, and it got a conversation started with so many managers. It pissed off one or two of them that actually like had an issue with me for making the shirts, which was funny in itself. Not a customer we deal with anymore, thank God. But that was fun. But I want to be more professional, more advertisement heavy. Like, hey, this is our website on our shirts. Same thing with the wraps. The wraps have been great. We just got 2 more vehicle wraps, and we're waiting on 2 more to get done. It's been great, and you got to look the part. You got to look professional. My dad likes to wear button ups. I hate wearing button ups, but balancing between as professional as we can look while still being as comfortable as we can, because we're outside all day, we're on the rooftop all day. The hot side guys are in the kitchens all day on the floor, so it just has to be a balance of that. And I've even asked the guys, like, hey, what do you like? Do you like the cotton shirts or the cotton blend shirts? Do you prefer the polyester shirts? I prefer polyester now. The thin shirts, like the dry fit. I prefer the long sleeves with the hoods just because I always end up wearing that for the sun. So, and then I just need better hats because I feel like we go through hats like crazy. And I want to get like the more athletic, water resistant type hats and see if those work or last a little bit longer. So we'll see. They are a game changer on the roof and snow. I don't know how you guys work in that. What is up, Jason? Yeah, go grab the left-handed crescent wrench. Go grab the what was the other one? Oh man, there was a few that I've heard. Left-handed screwdriver, bucket of steam, the stretcher. I think that's the one that I've heard before. Next to the OEM smoke and duct stretcher. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. I appreciate everybody that comes out and just hangs out on Sunday and gets these conversations going, and it's always a good time. I can tell you right now, though, I'm going to have to get off after this and do a ton of paperwork. It's been piling up. I got a bunch of calls lined up. It hasn't slowed down. I haven't had time to take a breath, and not complaining because it is a good problem to have. It's just, I feel like my head's going to explode sometimes. It's just overwhelming. But you got to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Take a breather. Just get things done one at a time, and it'll eventually get done. Oh, I forgot that they have hats. Dry skin hats. I use blue at work. Well, that's my whole thing too. Is I've been I've had comments or maybe in person like about the hats. I'm like, yeah, they get sweaty and they get stained quickly with what I do. So I constantly have to like wash them or hand wash them just so they're not always that dirty. And then sometimes I'll keep 2 where one is my cap to go on the roof and the other is my cap to go talk to the customer just so I have a clean one at all times, right? And I have one that I beat to shit. And that's how I kind of run. And then eventually the bad one gets so bad that I have to start using the good one. And now I got to order more hats because we're out. But we use blue as well, so it does show. But I don't know what color wouldn't show. I think you're gonna have that problem regardless. So it is what it is. That's why I'm trying to get more of the like athletic ones and maybe something that's easier to wash, stuff like that. Oh, you're saying the gray shows it too much. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the blue ones, eventually they show. And I've had good luck with specifically navy blue because we tried black and that was hot and uncomfortable. And then we went to navy blue and that's been good. Oh yeah, pipe stretching. Well, you got tube expanders now. And you got those the ones for the plumbing as well. But yeah, it does pretty well, the blue. So we stick to that. Dry fit shirts. I got some of their dry fit, which is like the work skin, whatever, right? I think it's called work skin. They are a little bit too big or too wide, but I guess that's, I don't know. I guess that's for comfort. Yeah, being busy is a good problem to have. I'm not gonna complain. And I just learned that we might pick up two more accounts, and I'm still trying to get the last two onboarded. Well, we are getting calls already, but like I'm trying to level it out. Tealish blue. Okay. Now that summer is over, we can get a lot of our big jobs done. So that I actually had just that conversation right now with my girlfriend about the work and the busy and slow season. I'm just gonna say it's we do a little bit of everything. So yes, we do have a kitchen, like a hot side department. We do have an HVAC side, but we mostly do, or we're supposed to mostly do commercial refrigeration. That's what keeps me busy. So yes, during the summer, it's a ton of AC calls left and right. That comes with it. But the reason we're still so busy is I have the last couple of weeks has been nothing but walk-in boxes and maybe one or two AC calls because it's still hot. And then all this week is all like small coolers, so all the prep coolers that need compressors and valves. I have one tomorrow that I need to reschedule. It has a bad solenoid valve. It's stuck. I can't get it unstuck. And that's going to be just a big job because it's one compressor, I believe it's two solenoid valves, and it feeds one, two, three, four evaporator coils. And again, one compressor, so it's one circuit. I got to remove all the refrigerant. We got to cut it, and it's a 1/4 inch line with a solenoid, like a super small solenoid valve. Got to cut that out, put a new one in, braze it up, do all that stuff, vacuum it, charge it. It's going to be a high ticket just because of all the things that we need to do and how long it's going to take. I mean, it shouldn't take that long for just one valve on one of those not technically one circuit, but it's like the same compressor. So even that small job is kind of a big job in that world. It's going to be a high ticket item. Walk in the other day that I did, high ticket item. Some of them they just want a gas and go, and that's a high ticket item until it gets replaced. Then we get to charge for the replacement. And then what was the other one I have? I have somebody that bought some coolers and they're icing up, so we got to go check those out. And I had parts for another cooler somewhere. So that's what's keeping me busy. It's all the refrigeration stuff. And stuff that we never used to offer. I never used to like to touch like duct work. We had like 3 duct jobs recently, and it wasn't the whole building. It was just like one AC unit that needed to on each location that needed to be redone. So I never used to offer that. I used to hand it off or tell them go get somebody that does it, but now we are offering it because we do have help. We do know how and like what we need and how to do it. Just never liked doing it by myself or like even me and my brother. But now we have help to get everything prepped. Somebody can demo it out. We can put the new one in. It's just so much easier now. So now we are taking on like duck jobs and stuff like that. Large compressor repairs, changeouts coming. Single chiller fairly unloaded can run entire building easily. We can shut some down and work on them. That's awesome. I love seeing all that stuff, and especially when you post about it. That's cool stuff. I love to see it. It's very fascinating, but I would never touch it. Never ever. I just talked with a guy because I've happened to interview a lot of new business owners right now, right? So I feel like all my episodes, probably gonna have like 5 in a row of people just starting a business, and it was by coincidence. It's not like that's not what I was like looking for. Just people that wanted to be on are just now starting their business, which is it's cool to see. But it's what was my point? It's cool to see, but there was I never wanted to do anything other than restaurant repairs or restaurant work. So I purposely got B license, right? Like I never went for the A of any sort. Never wanted to work on anything over 25 tons. I'm good. Now, if you can, because the one I talked to today, like he is going to do all of it at once because, it's fresh in his mind and he can get all the endorsements and everything for his license to be like, the A class and all that, the best one he can get and combined and all that. But that's what I should have done, but I didn't want to. I wanted my B, and that was it. I took the easy way out because it was restaurant repairs, and I knew I wasn't going to do anything else. And here we are almost 20 years later, and that's still what we do, and we never had to change or pivot. We've always done the same thing, and it's always made us good money. It's just been really good lately. So, blessed and fortunate. We used to do AC, but don't at the moment at my branch. If the guys do what they are supposed to, they will have 6 licensed cold side techs compared to 3. Cool. I'm the license holder here, and we have our guys that are doing like their EPA, and they're getting all their other certifications just to have. I'll always have mine for this business. So, my brother lucked out. He didn't have to do that because I'll be around. Maybe when my kids grow up, my son can do or be the next one. Always cool to see stuff. JJ is stoked to see what your bigger jobs look like. Yep. What is up, Silent Tone Victor? Okay, so I think I went through most of the chat. Mike, it's weird. I can't take the cold very well, but I can work in a walk-in with just a long sleeve. I can't do either. I don't like the cold, or I don't like to be out in the cold, and I don't like to be in the freezer without a jacket whatsoever. I got a jacket and I got my hood on. As long as my ears are covered, I stay pretty warm. So I don't like to be in there that long. Let me see. If you want to go far, I missed this one. If you want to go far in your, let's see. If you want to go far fast, own your own knowledge. Don't wait for your employer to pay you to go to class in order to learn. Be curious, keep learning, and take every training opportunity you can. So we try to, or we used to, we've been bad about it lately. We try to do all the in-person trainings. A lot of it's virtual now, or the ones that they invite us to. So we always tried to do them. It was always me and like the senior tech that would go out to these, like the ice machines and all the different manufacturers. If the supply house was doing something, we'd always be there. All that stuff. You need to take advantage of any and all resources. So yes, I know YouTube certified is a joke or a meme, but YouTube there's a lot of good content out there. I would just always say, like, fact check whatever you learn from somebody. Just make sure it's, to the best of your knowledge, the proper way or whatever they're showing you. And just be sure, like, try to be sure of things. But use all these resources. You got YouTube. You got people on social media. I know TikTok is like a joke app. Like, there's a lot of memes. There's a lot of dancing and stuff like that. But if you find these HVAC techs, because there are some guys, and I'll always refer anybody, and I referred my guys to like Craig, AC Service Tech, Ty Brenneman, which I don't know if he's probably not doing as much content anymore, but his stuff, like, any of it's good if you go watch, just like binge watch. Obviously, Brian Orr and HVAC School, and there's a few others. I don't know if you guys have seen, which reminds me, I need to email him back. Pioneer HVAC Controls. Pioneer. Let's see. I think that's what it's called. He has 12,000. Let me pull it up as a little shout out. We should do this on HVAC nights, so I'll try to remember. Or somebody remind me to do the shout out over there, because we haven't done it in a while, and I meant to pull this guy up. So if you haven't yet, go check out Pioneers HVAC Controls. Some of you guys might already know who I'm talking about. Let's see if I can share my screen. Is it this one? So this is one that I stumbled on like a couple months ago, I think. This guy is also good. He is up there with those others like Craig and Ty Brenneman, but he is a much smaller. He's grown a little bit since I've found him, but 12,000 subs. If you haven't, or you need to learn something, check out Pioneer HVAC. I think he has some good content. He goes through everything. Has a lot of visuals, so he has that Ty Brenneman style. He has a classroom. He has a lot of equipment, and I've liked it. And I think I just saw him pop up on TikTok because he followed me, and I made sure to follow him back. And I like his content. He's an actual. I forgot where he's from. Oh, it says right there. He's an instructor in Los Angeles, and he's just posting content now for you to find online. So make sure you go check him out. I just thought he was cool. I'm going to have him on the podcast pretty soon. And that's just a heads up if you guys are looking for more educational content, because I've been trying to do some myself. It's just hard to find the time. So these guys that do it, hats off to them, because it's not easy to do. I don't think it's easy to teach at any level or any form of teaching, but doing this kind of teaching where you got to be very visual, explain it correctly, and teach somebody a trade. That's difficult. So like I said, hats off to him and all the other guys that I mentioned, and anybody else, because I also stumbled upon like on TikTok, like some guys that I do follow that are HVAC techs, but they'll take the time to explain to you the calls that they have and the problems that they saw and why. And they go further into static pressure and airflow and everything that most guys are not checking. And every time their video comes out, I watch the entire video. It could be like a 5-minute video, a 10-minute video on TikTok. I will watch the whole thing because, hey, I learned something, and it's just cool to see people putting that kind of content out. So they're everywhere. Just always look. If you're always looking, you're always hungry, you can find ways to learn more. And if you learn more outside of what your employer offers, I mean, they're going to train you up to do what they want you to do, but you can go above and beyond that to, leapfrog some, technicians that you might be working with or whatever the case is, and, get better that way. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. They've been posting about the Grit Foundation. So that's cool. And that's even better because it's in person. Remember that one guy that told me that he helps more in person than what pretend. That's cool that Ty and Craig are even doing that. That I think that's with Brian as well, right? Brian Orr. That is a cool little group, and what do you call it? Organization, because they actually go out and do even more. Because like I said, just the content alone is hard to do, but they're going out and actually taking kids and teaching them the trades and making it known, or just show it to them. I think that's a big win. Oh, it's buffering. Oh well.